Hey everyone, and welcome back to Arkwright Town. We've been here a couple of times recently. The first time we take a look at the former town. The old town used to be over there that they had to move and put over there. That's just over them trees on the other side of that field there. Because of those methane leaks, we talked about that. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link at the end and also above. And here is the thumbnail to that video if you want to take a look and enjoy that before looking at this one. Just down there is the former Great Central Railway. Stable is down there. You would have seen that in the previous video in this area. Now I've come to look for something else that I spotted on looking at maps and old pictures. So behind the new town is where the railway used to loop around and join on over there beside the old town. Now I'm looking for something down here, but before that I'm going to take you to have a look at a culvert. I briefly showed you this culvert in the first video where we talked about the town. It's a little way down there and it goes underneath the former Great Central Railway. So I'm going to take you to the culvert. We're then going to try and get up on top of the old railway track bed, and then I'm going to jump back and hopefully I found something just behind New Arkwright Town to show you. So let's just jump to Google Maps and I can show you where we are. So at the top, just off the map, is the old Arkwright Town. Going from top to bottom is in fact Sutton Lane. The old colliery land is here and the former Great Central Railway is running from top to bottom just here. We'll jump to the older map from around 1934 and you can see Arkwright Colliery is now there. You can see the old railway line coming down from top to bottom, and our culvert, which carries the Pools Brook, is just around about down here. Look, I've come down the embankment, I've found a culvert. So that's not the railway track bed up there. The railway track bed is another hill above that, another embankment. I'll go back up there and show you that, but there's a nice little culvert here, look, for going below the railway. Now I saw all this water and I thought, it's got to be gushing through, not going to be able to get down there. But looking at that, if I can find a way of stepping around there, I'm going to give it a go. Don't think I'm going to be able to, but you've got to imagine this wound its way all the way through the side of the colliery. I'll try and get the name of what it is, but this is clearly a culvert which would have come out. It must be quite long because the embankments, as I said previously, are quite high. They're doubled up. I can get you more of a head-on view there, look. But you can see how much water is collected around here from all the recent rain we've been having. Yeah, never give up, eh? I'm down. Look at that. Managed to step down and I've sort of straddled. And that's what it looks like down between my legs. And that's the view looking over to the pit. So what I'm going to do now, conveniently I've got my torch with me, so let's light it up and try and walk through. So we've got lovely abutments and coping stones on the top, look. Got one in the top left corner, one in the top right, and the fourth one there as well, in brilliant condition. Blue brick, some red in there as well. Let's get this lit up and we shall try and head on through. As I say, I've got to straddle it because I didn't really expect to get down to this, so I'm wearing walking shoes. But it's perfectly straight. Got a bit of a drain just here. You can see up there. Yeah, we can just a little bit, look. Not a spider living in there as you'd expect. And I think I'm going to find these little drains all the way along. It's quite a fast flow of water as well, look at that. And that's where we've just come in. So it is quite inviting, but it's also quite noisy at the other end, so whether we're going to expect to see any kind of waterfall, I'm unsure. Let's push on and get to the middle. So I'm pretty much about halfway. So we could well be below the track bed of the railway now. Oh, I've just got into a massive cobweb. Oh, God. Oh. That's going to be an outtake at the end. Oh. Okay. I've just gone into the biggest cobweb with a couple of meaty spiders, so I'm going to squat down for the rest of the way. That wasn't a fun experience whatsoever. You might have just seen the clip of that, or I might put it at the end. Oh, look at this. What all that is. It's only on one side. Some sort of build-up. So we are getting to the other end. See a few moths. I can imagine this must get quite high sometimes during times of flood. Yeah, it does appear that there is a little waterfall at the other end, and that is the noise that's been echoing through. Turn you around, and those spiders are waiting for me to go back, but they can wait a little bit longer. So I'm going to try and get out the other end. All that. It's like the sort of copper colour you see in old railway tunnels. Let's jump to the other side without getting wet and back again. And here we go. Out the other end. And that's a view looking back, complete with multiple big dangly spiders. So there's the exterior arch from the end we've just come out of again. Still again, look, got both coping stones there and the two. Well, that one's missing. Can't really see any trace of where it went either. But there's the waterfall, you can hear that all the way through, echoing along. This curious concrete coated fence, another one just on the other side. Now if I go around here, the railway is so high up. It's all the way up there. Don't think I'm going to be able to get up there, but I might just give it a go. So I'm off at the embankment. I'm trying to get to the top of the railway line. Culvert mouth is just there. I think I'm just about over halfway up, but it's very, very tricky, very steep and prickly, and I've got a wet bottom because when I left the culvert I slipped down and landed smack bang in the flow of water. That was fun, but I'm alright. I've never done that before, so that was an adventure, but luckily it was only my bottom. So almost at the top. Feels like it's getting steeper and steeper. I think we're gonna make it. Get around here, and there we go. A great central track bed. High on the embankment. The culvert going straight below us, and out the other side to where the former Arkwright Colliery once worked and produced tons upon tons of coal in the towns over there. I'm going to follow it down a little bit just to have a see, because I think I'd also like to try and get back down the other side rather than go back through the culvert. Surprisingly slightly clear at the top. It is at this point anyway. A few bricks there, look. So for them to be up here, there must have been something built up here at some point. Right, so railway track bed just there, and I'm hoping to find a way down without falling over. I've already had a spider's cobweb in the mouth. I've landed on my backside in water, and now I don't want to be rolling down here, but this looks a bit optimistic, I think. Let's see what it's like on the other side. I do get myself into these situations, don't I, sometimes? Oh, nearly went again then. I've made it down. I didn't fall. And I think I'm back on the path I originally started on. If I go over here, is this where I just walked down? Yeah. There's a culvert entrance there, look. So we really have just been on top of it I'm really pleased about that, even though it's been a little bit wet. Hope you enjoyed that little look through that extraordinary culvert going underneath the former Great Central Railway line right beside the former Arkwright Colliery. So now I'm at the site of Arkwright Newtown over there, and there used to be a railway line here and a railway line here. I'm at Duckman to East Junction, but I'm pushing on a bit further than I did last time because I am looking for something, an old relic of the mining age, but even predates the opencast drift site of Arkwright down here. So behind me is Furnace Pit Pumping Station, and it is an absolutely amazing historical remnant of the coal industry from around this area. So I've got Arkwright Newtown and Old Town. It's just over there. I'll turn you around just as the glaring sunlight over there, and the colliery was just beyond that. But this is absolutely beautiful. This replaced another one which used to be on the site a long time ago. So this is an absolute relic, and I can't believe it is still standing. That old beautiful brickwork, look at it. So we've got old doors going in there. It has been fenced off just there. That's another double blue door. And look at those beams across there and going across the top, and you've got the ivy growing up on the other side. So there are some gaps in this door, and I'm gonna poke the camera through and see if you can see anything in there. There we go, look at that inside there. Even a hole in that wall that goes to the other room. I'm surprised this is lighting up so well without a torch. I'm gonna have a walk around the exterior and see if there's anything else we can actually look at, because that's brilliant, isn't it? What a find. So a quick look at Google Maps, and you can see New Arkwright Town dominating the central area of the image. You can see the former Great Central Railway line continuing north on the left hand side. We went through the culvert below that a little bit earlier, a little bit south, and our old pumping station is just off to the right, where if we jump to the old map you can see it where it says opencast workings, and this is going to be for the pit that the pumping station was actually built for. I've got to say, I think Michael Caine should be pleased with this one, because it looks like they really have only just gone and blown the bloody door off. It's wide open. Before I go inside, I'm just going to have a look around here. And that is the opposite exterior wall. Wow, look at that. There's a great big hole down there. That is unbelievable. I can hear trickling water down there too. Don't really want to be going near that, I suppose. Let's go inside. I brought my torch, but I don't think I'm really going to need it. That's extraordinary. Let's get inside this old pumping station. Steel corrugated roof and breeze blocked entrance. There's another hole that's been knocked through just here, look. Now down here we've got what looks like some kind of drainage channels going around. It is a little bit dark just there. but I'll be able to lighten that up. I have got the torch with me, look, so I'll go back along there and you can see that there is nothing in or out, no entrance. Apart from that, look, it looks like it's an old former access way for maybe cables or pipes to have gone through. Let's have a look through the other side. Just climb through the hole. Look here. How far do they go? Oh wow. Oh wow. Hang on. If I put the camera there and shine the light down the other one, you may just be able to see down there. Look at that. That is a very, very deep hole. That's the one we just looked down, but there's another one and it looks as if it may be a bit easier to shine the light down. So I'm going to give that a go right now. Put that there. Look at that. How far down they go. That's extraordinary. That is an extraordinarily long way down. And that metal plating doesn't seem very thick either. I didn't expect to find this whatsoever. There is another hole on the outside which isn't even covered, but it's got fencing all around that, so I don't think we're getting anywhere near that. But this, wow, I don't know how deep that is. Let's have one more look down there, because that's fascinating. Right, I want to try some in here, so I've got a piece of old red brick, and I'm going to try and knock that in and get an impression of how deep this is. So I'm going to shine the torch down and then quickly that sounded like that went a very long way down, didn't it? All those cross sections reinforcing the inner brick red wall all the way around. Look, hole in the roof there. Dare say how long this will be left standing. I'm assuming it has been left up to actually try and protect these two great big wells for the pumping station. I'm going to go back outside and show you where this other well or hole is in the ground, because I can't get up to it and I don't really want to go near it because you ain't coming out of that if you go near it. But I'll see you outside. Okay, back outside, as I mentioned, there is another one of these great big wells or holes in the ground. It looks a hell of a lot wider. I can see like a red brick archway. I'm gonna try and peer over with the camera and then hold the beam down at an angle so at least we can see the outer walls of the top of this. So if I turn you around, you can see it's fenced off, and quite rightly so. If I get the camera up there, point you down, and then do that, you can just see inside. Look, let's get the torch out of the way. Try my best, it's a very high fence, but that sounds very, very deep. I'm gonna see if I can get the other side and get a different angle for you. But I can hear water dripping down there and it sounds like it goes a very, very long way. So there it is from the other side. Look, I'm going to try and shine the light on it. There we go. You can just make out that it's a great big red circular shaft down to the bottom. It's huge. It's narrow at the top and then it goes outwards and it is wider as it goes down. I wish I could get an overhead shot of it for you. It's absolutely impossible. You can see it's all safely fenced off, as it should be. That is astounding. If I could get a shot looking straight down, I would, but there's too many trees above. I can't even do the drone. Again, there's another angle looking down at it, look. Could do with getting a GoPro on a rope and going down there with a light on it. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? The thing is, you could probably do that, but because of the angle we're at, I don't think we'd get a light shone down to even be able to see anything if we did dangle an old GoPro down there. Wow. If anyone knows how deep these are, then please comment below. So I really do hope you have enjoyed this video on our return to Arkwright and the two towns and the extraordinary history it holds around it. The little trip through the Culvert and today's look at the former furnace pit pumping station. That is an extraordinary relic, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. Any more suggestions around this area, just please comment below. Stay away from this, it is pretty dangerous. I was very, very careful, and I do a lot of these things so you don't have to. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.